Hi, this is Rory Singh from the PowerhouseMarketer.com. Today I'm just doing a quick review here on a new investment platform, MLM investment platform called Dominant Finance. Okay, I went over to their website. Actually, before I get into this review, I just got to let you know I'm not an affiliate, distributor, or rep. I'm not here trying to sponsor you or recruit you into this deal. I'm just here to share some information in the form of a quick review. Okay, how I do reviews: if I do a review on a company and it looks legit, I will usually say thumbs up. If it looks kind of shady, I will have to say, proceed with caution and that I don't recommend the system. Okay. I used to do all, positive reviews in the past, sunshine and rainbow type of reviews. But one person came over, one of those, schemy, scammy, wealthy affiliates that say everything is a scam except for their opportunity. One of their characters or marketers actually came over to my channel one time, and they also went over to my blog and they said, "Hey, Rory Singh, you can't be trusted." And I'm like, "Why can't I be trusted?" And the guy's like, "Well, because you write all positive reviews, and in truth, there really aren't any, everything is not 100% legit and positive." So when I thought about what that schemy, scammy, wealthy affiliate told me, I had to start doing, both positive and negative reviews. Okay, so at the end of this review, I'm going to give you my verdict and conclusion as to whether Dominant Finance, if you should join it or if you should proceed with caution. Okay, let's get right into this here. The president, I went over to their website, Dominant Finance website, and lo and behold, there was a gentleman named Thomas Eklund at the helm of this starship. Okay, Thomas Eklund is supposed to be the president of Dominant Finance. I did some digging around on him. The reason I did some digging around on Thomas Eklund is because I've done like so many reviews of systems like this that have MLM, meaning network marketing, sponsoring recruitment without products, right? That deal with investment opportunities, crypto, mining, stuff like that. Usually the great majority of these type of systems are usually anonymously owned because system owners are usually smart enough to not take any legal ownership, just in case they get shut down by the authorities. They don't want to get sued and be held liable for any reason. So when you find a person with pictures and videos, etc., usually we have to go out there and question these things. So I did some digging around on the president of Dominant Finance, Thomas Eklund. He seems to be from Sweden. Okay, I found a marketing video back, it's dated I think June 2018. In the video, he's standing in front of what it seems like mining equipment, hardware, etc. And I see the names of Dominant Finance, like stickers and such, plastered around the room that he's in. Now, is this indeed real mining equipment that Dominant Finance is using? We have to question this too as well, based on other systems, even bigger systems than Dominant Finance, that were found to be guilty of fraudulent behavior. So we got to question everything. Okay, so those are some of the things that you need to think about. Yes, he's standing in front of what it seems like hardware in a YouTube video, marketing video of Dominant Finance, speaking about the legitimacy of this program, company, platform, and even their mining equipment. Okay, now based on other companies and systems, I think there was one called USI Tech out there, and when we really truly looked into USI Tech in the past, which was a huge organization, what they were doing was sporting mining equipment that wasn't even theirs. It was actually owned by another company called Genesis Mining, which, so in turn, the marketing video about USI Tech, I know it's a different company, I'm just stating an example here, it looked so legitimate, but at the end of the day, it turned out to be a fraudulent video because the mining equipment wasn't even theirs. So is the mining equipment that this person, Thomas Eklund, the president of Dominant Finance, Is it really their mining equipment, and how much mining equipment do they really have? These are some of the things that you need to be looking into if it's fire your boss and replace your income that you're after. Okay, so that was just some of the information that I did digging around online in regards to the legitimacy of Thomas Eklund. I also found a Facebook profile. I was just on his Facebook profile about 15 minutes ago. Looks like a real person, the same person that was in the video, the marketing video showing the mining equipment. Basically, it's the same person here on Facebook. But the Facebook profile was only created on April 30th, 2018. So usually when you got a person running a company, usually if it's legitimate, right, they would have been on Facebook for years. And I'm not really finding any more information in regards to this gentleman, Thomas Eklund, before 2018, right? So that's something you really got to question here. Yes, there's a real person with real pictures and even doing videos and claiming that he's the president, but is that his real name is what I'm trying to zero in on. I don't know for sure, right? This is all speculation, but now it's up to you to go and try and figure these things out for yourself. Okay. I did find another person who's also claiming that he's executive director. It's even stated on the Dominant Finance website. Person by the name of Dmitry Gorosov. Okay. Gorosov, Dmitry, that sounds Russian. Thomas Eklund has a Russian accent because I heard him speak in the video that I was talking about just a minute ago. And most of the traffic seems to be coming from Russia to this website based on Alexa.com search. Okay. So this other person now, Executive Director Dmitry Gorosov, it's same deal. No information or existence online prior to 2018, just like Thomas Eklund, right? And Dmitry's Facebook profile was only created on April 27th, 2018, just 3 days before Thomas Eklund's profile on Facebook was created on April 30th. So that's just something you really need to look into here. Okay. Incorporation certificates on the Dominant Finance websites. Okay, so they have a UK, have a Hong Kong, they have a Russia, and they also have a US incorporation certificate. Okay. The UK and Russia, I do not know how strict the laws are, so we're just gonna weed Russia out of this legitimacy search here just for a moment. Let's look at the UK. UK incorporation certificates, basically anyone could get them. I live in Canada, I could get one with a virtual office address. Let's just weed the UK incorporation certificate because that's just worthless and almost even useless. Hong Kong is the only one that seems to stand out, and the one for Hong Kong seems to be registered to Dominant Holdings instead of the name Dominant Finance. So is Dominant Holdings related to Dominant Finance? Is it the same company? And if it is the same company, why aren't they using Dominant Finance as the registrar for the UK, for the Hong Kong? So many certificates here, I'm getting confused. For the Hong Kong incorporation certificate, right? It should be saying Dominant Finance. Okay. And Dominant Holdings, right? Could that be a different company altogether? So that's something you really need to look into and question here. Now let's look at the U.S. incorporation. This is very important. U.S. the laws are strict. Looking into this in more detail, it's an LLC in Florida, and the address that they're using seems to be linked to industrial space where there are warehouses. Okay, so is that where the mining equipment is, or is that just a friend of a friend who has an address in Florida, right? A friend of the owners of Dominant Finance. I don't know. All kinds of different questions that pop into my mind as I create this quick video review of Dominant Finance. So as it stands, the U.S. incorporation turns out to be an LLC in Florida, and it's linked to an address that's being used for industrial warehouse space. Okay, so I covered president, I covered the executive director, I covered the marketing videos. Is the mining equipment real? That I will leave it up to you to decide. Only time will tell. Compensation plan, many different plans here, but basically it comes down to an investment of $50 on the low side, right up to $30,000, and a 400-day maturity period. So that's like over a year to figure out if this is 100% legit. I read some other reviews online. Some other guys are really nailing, some other reviewers are really nailing Dominant Finance, calling it an outright scam. I don't like to call things an outright scam unless they prove to be an outright scam. But one guy said that 400 days is a lot of time to create a scam exit. Because the reason he said that, I know it sounds kind of negative and even cold-hearted to say something like that, is because we've seen so many of these type of deals turn out to be Ponzi schemes and ended up, with scam exit type of deals on the back end. So 400 days for someone to invest up to $30,000. You just got to be really careful, guys, with your money, and whatever the decision that you decide to make, take ownership of it. Don't, if anything goes sideways for any reason, don't. You guys are adults. Hope you have to be adults to be joining deals like this. So you've got to make decisions like adults, and you've got to take responsibility like adults. Is what I'm really trying to say here. So that's the comp plan. Referral commissions. Of course, they're paying out referral commissions because network marketers are on the forefront of this deals like this, and it's free to join for network marketers. But startup costs for everyone else, you're looking at an investment on the low side of at least $50, right up to $30,000 if you choose to do so. So conclusion and verdict. Conclusion and verdict. I'm going to say proceed with caution. Too many red flags here for me. We do not know. As I said before, usually it turns out whenever that they have real people on their websites and in their marketing videos, it's usually fake people, or real people with fake bios. Okay, I don't know if that's truly the case here with these gentlemen, Thomas Eklund and Dmitry Gorisov. But as I said, they seem to be Russian. They have Dmitry Gorisov. That sounds Russian to me, right? And the accent for Thomas Eklund sounded Russian. I've got some very close Russian friends who have strong Russian accents, and it sounds a lot like Thomas Eklund's, even though maybe he lives in Sweden. I do not know. He could be living in the U.S., or he could be living in Russia, he could be living in Hong Kong. I do not know. Okay, so is this an outright scam? All I can say, I don't like to call things a scam. We've got to give this system a chance. Only time will tell. If you're going to invest here, I would say invest no more than you're willing to lose in these type of deals, because it's high risk is what it seems with these type of deals here. No matter what people are telling you on Facebook, there's a lot of buzz going around, a lot of network marketers trying to replace their income online. And when they're paying out referral commissions like they're paying out here using a Uniline compensation plan with no cap on referral commissions on the levels here, you may have a lot of hungry network marketers who are trying to replace their income. And as I said, you've got to question everything that they tell you, because I know they are meaning well. They want to fire their bosses. They want to replace their incomes online. but they need to do it in a way to do it with legitimate systems. Okay, that's very important. Okay, so proceed with caution. Invest no more than you're willing to lose. Unfortunately, in order to break free online to the point where you're making enough money to that will exceed your living expenses, that's what I mean by breaking free, where you no longer have to commute to a job. You are going to need more. You're gonna need to spend more than you're willing to lose. Okay, so I'm not telling you here to invest heavily. As I just said, invest no more than you're willing to lose. Okay, so you got to figure out how that's going to work for you. So I don't recommend the system, but I'm not here to say don't do it. If some of you guys like it and it makes sense to you, make a decision and just get started. But whatever happens, take full responsibility of your own decisions. Now, for everyone else who may be just curious about these investment type of MLM deals that keep starting up every single day online, but if you're serious about replacing your income, I want to talk to you guys. What you need to do is find a sustainable system, something that's set up legit, something with real people on it that you can know that they're real people. Okay, there's a very powerful system underneath this video, and a link in the description. Very prominent leader and founder of the system, Laura Below. He's got a lot of credibility online. Okay, you will know him. Maybe you know him. Maybe you know him. I shouldn't say you will know him. Okay, our system. What I can tell you is we can train you. A lot of these other type of systems out there are free to join. Free to join is not usually the best alternative, because quite frankly, if you've seen YouTube, you see a lot of desperate people on YouTube putting out links. They're not even creating content on YouTube. What they're doing is putting out links to join their opportunity. They're getting started link. No credibility. They're just spamming your links everywhere. And when people see stuff like that, if you do stuff like that, people are going to mark you up as an inexperienced marketer who doesn't know what they're doing. Believe it or not, even with these free to join opportunities, other network marketers are not going to join you just like that when you're doing stuff like that, if you are doing stuff like that. So there is a way to do successful marketing, but it all stands from you getting started with a legitimate system, right? Some of you guys might think I'm bullshitting you here right now, right? Well, here's the thing. We are all connected. All of us are connected here. So if you go Laura Below and you take the first step and you actually start doing your due diligence and research, and I will present you with more information, okay? After a while, you're going to get a feeling of who I am, where I stand from, and where I'm coming from, okay? So I'm a straight shooter. People who know me, okay? People who know me, I get a lot of respect. Now, I'm not here trying to brag and say, oh, that's what I want. But I give people respect. I treat people how I want to be treated. Okay, so that's very important. The system owner that I'm talking about, Laura Below, real person, and you will figure that out for yourself. Okay, a real person. The training that we have to offer you, because a getting started link in any company that's free to join is just worthless and useless, because most people don't know what they're doing. They're going to end up spamming and repelling prospects and people with credit cards in hand that will actually buy your stuff, buy your products, join your team, etc. Okay. Lastly, you want something sustainable and legitimate and set up for the long term. Why would you want something like that? Because here's the thing. Becoming successful online comes down to your credibility. Okay, it comes down to your credibility. If you build your business, like let's say using Dominant Finance as an example. As I said, I do not know if they're a scam or if they're legit. Only time will tell. If recruitment dies down, let's say for any reason with Dominant Finance, or let's say they got shut down by the authorities for some legal issues. Okay, because even on their own website, right? I found some discrepancies. They're saying that it's not an investment opportunity. Then in the frequently asked question section, FAQ, It's saying something about how to invest in dominant finance. So it's not an investment opportunity, but then they're saying how to invest in FAQ on the FAQ section. Hopefully you follow what I just said, because that's a telltale right there. So if dominant finance went down for any reason, let's say you're a network marketer who's trying to change your life, what awesome for you. Now let's say you figured out that it's your credibility that people are going to buy into. People join people, they don't join systems, right? You could have some heavy hitters come into dominant finance, and they will do much better than the great majority of people, because they're feeding off what? They're feeding off their credibility. Now, if you have zero credibility, you've got to learn how to build your credibility. You have to, or else you're just going to be spamming links, hoping and wishing someone's going to join you. And hoping and wishing and succeeding are different things. Hoping and wishing, that's like one thing, hoping or wishing, right? And succeeding, these are different things that we're speaking of. Okay, so if you're ready and you're serious, go lower below, take the first step below, and see what we have to offer. Again, my name is Rory Singh from thepowerhousemarketer.com. Hopefully you got some value here today. Have yourself an awesome day or night, depending on wherever in the world you are watching, my friend. Take care.